Yes, indeed, Meghna. Once again, viewers, the big story is one that we've been reporting for 72 hours. Viewers, there is a whole group of commentators, experts, and politicians that don't believe that India is giving it back to China, that forces aren't being given a free hand. Some, like Mehbooba Mufti, have completely faked a narrative. Do they know what they're talking about? No. Have they even been within sniffing distance of the LAC in Tawang? No. I want to show you some pictures and we're going to put them out. Have they ever even cared to talk to one of our braves who are ready to sacrifice their lives on how they are combating China? No. Have they condemned China unequivocally? No. Have you seen a tweet where any of them have called for China to apologize unconditionally? No. Viewers, today Times Now will show you proof of what these naysayers, this cynic Sena, as I like to call them, doesn't want you to see. It is important for you to know that India is not some basket case that will roll over and fall apart just because 300 pint-sized Chinese soldiers throw a few stones at our soldiers. Now watch this video, viewers. Watch it intently. This is undated, possibly from just a few weeks ago, possibly from Tawang, possibly older. We aren't sure. But what do you see in these pictures? You see a few dozen highly motivated Indian soldiers thrashing the living daylights out of the Chinese. There are hundreds of Chinese. They're all packed together. The Chinese soldiers are wilting under the onslaught. If I just very lightly boost the gnat on these pictures, you will hear the war cries. Huddled together because they have been cornered into submission. There you see them, quivering, quaking, viewers, as they're getting thrashed, black and blue. Some choice abuses are being hurled by the Indian soldiers. Obviously, we can't broadcast them to you. Do these pictures, viewers, any of these pictures suggest, like some naysayers are alleging, that the Indian army is not capable of defending itself, that its hands are tied by a pusillanimous executive, that we are underprepared, that we are conceding our land? Does any army thrash its opponents in such an emphatic manner if it is scared of reprisals? If it is scared, period. No, viewers, no. The answer to all these questions is on your screens. Only the blind or those with a vested interest would answer in the affirmative to any of the questions this video evidence throws up and the questions that I have posed to you. Now, viewers, watch this. Watch this as we declare victory in this particular skirmish. Of course, viewers, of course, our Jawans also sometimes take an injury or two. Sometimes they sacrifice their lives. But they do so, viewers, because they know that it is a cause worth defending and that they have a lot to lose. Viewers, nations that have nothing to lose surrender. They give up. Their soldiers know there's nothing to fight for. You've seen it in Pakistan. We took 90,000 soldiers hostage. Now, viewers, how did we get to this point of dominance at the LAC? The answer is simple, viewers, because we are well prepared. Perhaps the best we've been in a long, long time. We may have a a way to go. But these reports that I will play from Manu Pabi, the defense editor of the Economic Times, this is a Times Network exclusive, filed a year ago, show that we are on the way to matching the Chinese in infrastructure terms, in preparedness. Watch as Times Now takes you into the command center and the bunkers and right up to where this incident occurred just a few days ago. This is not Tawang town, viewers. These are the front lines that you're seeing. And these reports are going to tell you what we have been doing to ensure that we hold on to our land. And this is an effort that has been going on, viewers, for now a decade or so. Watch this.
Right now we're in a bunker on the LAC near Bumla. This is basically an exercise that we're witnessing right now of a company commander's command center. This is a place where the company commander is getting information of an impending attack from across the LAC, and he's just witnessed 3 tanks crossing, and he's given instructions to his troops to engage those tanks and to destroy them. This is a very real world scenario which is being played out in front of all of us, and this is in case of a battle. This is how it will be fought. We are at the strategic Bumla Pass in Tawang sector. Right behind us is the border meeting point. The blue roof seen there is in China. This is the place where border meetings take place in case there are differences which have to be resolved. Local commanders meet up here. This has a lot of strategic significance because in 1962 this was also the place from where the Chinese attacked, and they came all the way down Tawang. And right now the defenses in this area have been beefed up quite significantly. There's layered defense. Okay, we're walking through one of the many bunkers constructed along the line of actual control. This is a network of bunkers, defensive bunkers, where troops are deployed. These bunkers are used as command posts as well as positions from where approaching enemies can be defeated. As you can see, they're heavily fortified. You see steel beams right on top of us, thick stone walls on both sides, blast resistant, and a whole network of them exists throughout the LAC, and especially in the Tawang sector there's a huge amount of these bunkers. Remember, this is the area where China has a special interest, and defenses accordingly have been beefed up to quite an extent here.
Defenses have been beefed up. There is also this status report on your screens accessed by Times Now's Priyank Tripathi, who is in Tawang, the first journalist to get there after the incidents of Sunday. What does this status tracker tell you, viewers? This status tracker tells you about all the infrastructure projects, where specifically are they in their completion, and how much work still needs to be done. Now, when Priyank got to Tawang town and outside, he sent us some of these reports, and they showcase more hard infrastructure that has also been built up. Watch this.
One of the main reasons because of which Chinese are rattled is the kind of development which is happening in the eastern part of the country. We are inside Tawang's city, and as you can see, apart from the national highway, these roads have also been built up so that heavy vehicles can move on these roads and proper supply can be done, so that in case of any kind of emergency, these roads, as you can see, heavy vehicles are still moving inside these newly constructed roads. Can be a big possible threat for China in case they attempt to attack India. While trying to find out that what are the reasons because of which the Chinese rattle is the construction work which is going on in Arunachal Pradesh. We are en route towards Bomdila, and this is a route which leads towards Tawang. There are several tunnels which are being constructed by India so that the route can be easier for the troops for further any kind of movement. We know that the India government has already constructed a big airport, a big runway, which is helpful.
Runways, tunnels, bunkers, command centers, surveillance centers, it's all there. It's coming up. And that's why, viewers, that's why you see this kind of confidence. And you see the Chinese quaking. Look at them, submissive submissively taking it. Which self-respecting army would take it like this, viewers? Except one that has been beaten literally into submission. Yet there are some who, as I said, who are in denial. Listen to these doubters and ask yourself why they delight in undermining our forces, our sovereignty. Listen in to some of these reactions that have been coming from those who constantly ignore the evidence of how India is matching and outflanking China in its forward areas. Watch.
Unfortunately, BJP is doing nothing about it. Our soldiers have been beaten up by them. They are not allowed to retaliate. This is a very sorry state of affairs. Very sorry.
ये इस बात से हम लोग बड़े चिंतित हैं कि चीन के मामले में नरेंद्र मोदी जी इतने शर्माते क्यों हैं, इतने डरते क्यों हैं? पहले कहते थे हम लाल आंख दिखाइए डॉक्टर मनमोहन।
They are not moving an inch backwards from our land, despite the December 9th skirmish and the scuffle at the border. Still the government is in a denial mode.
Well, viewers, let's open this up.